Hi again, everyone, and welcome to the final newscast of Warrior Television for the 2024 and 2025 school year. I'm Mahan.
And I'm Juan Romero Sarraf. The second semester has been busy with sports, including baseball, prom, and graduation. We will also take a look at the school music, Mamma Mia.
Up first is Westside's new head baseball coach. Zach Kastrick and Carson Kelly look at the skipper on the diamond.
Shorts covering. Okay, we got slow roller to start.
Westside Baseball has a familiar face taking over the program for the season. Former assistant coach Kevin Cook is now the head man in the dugout for the Westside Warriors. 6 seasons after stepping away to coach his son, Cook is now back in the dugout for the 2025 season.
It was kind of a unique situation, just the way it all played out, but I was definitely interested in getting back into the high school scene after having coached my son for the last 6 years, and the fact that he was a freshman meant it was going to be a good time to get back into it.
Cook was named head coach in October and has been working with the team since then to hit the ground running.
It's been a blast. I mean, the kids have worked hard since day one when we started back in October, and they've really bought into the things that we're trying to teach, and I'm just trying to share the experience that I have with them.
Coach Cook takes over with a wealth of experience, including 2 seasons in as assistant for the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
I was originally coached at Miller North, which is where I went to school, so it was kind of fun getting back into that program. And was eventually the head coach there for 3 years. And at that point, I got an opportunity to go down to University of Nebraska in Lincoln, and was a volunteer assistant 2 years with Coach Van Horn. Just happened to be 2 years we went to the College World Series, so can't get much better than that. And after that, I left and went out to the University of Evansville in Indiana. And was there for 4 years. And over the course of those 4 years, we went from worst in the conference to first in the conference.
Cook will be the coach for the spring season before Bellevue West head coach Jason Shockey takes over for the future of the Westside program.
Hopefully just get some stability right now. It is a unique situation with just coaching the spring and then Coach Shockey coming in the summer. But we are good friends, and so we've talked through things and kind of have a plan for how the transition is going to happen, and hopefully it'll be pretty seamless as we get to the summer.
Coach Cook will stay on as an assistant coach going forward for the Westside Warriors. For WTV, this has been Carson Kelly and Zach Kastrick.
One of the biggest fundraisers at Westside is the Polar Plunge. Many students take a dip in frigid Zurinsky Lake. Will Mahan has more.
Every year, the Polar Plunge is held at Zurinsky Lake, where hundreds of people come to go into the freezing water to help raise money for the Special Olympics. Abigail Sterling explains more on how Westside uses the funding.
So we raise money, and Westside uses that for staffing for our unified events, for our unified sports teams, and for our unified clubs.
Along with the $300,000 that the Special Olympics raised, Westside and each person that plunged also raised money, with plunger Georgie Viola raising $1,500.
I set my goal this year for $1,500, so I raised $1,500 this year. And then our team raised about $8,000, and Special Olympics raised about $330,000, I think.
Westside's participation for this event has gone up each year, which Sterling contributes to strong unified groups in the district.
Westside as a group, our participation list has grown, which is awesome, and I would contribute that to just how strong our unified groups are across the district.
Georgia shares how she was able to be a part of the plunge.
I do peer modeling here at Westside, and I work at Monroe Meyer with special ed kids and adults, and got involved with COZAD and all of the WeSide stuff, and they advertise it a lot in that. So last year I did it and I just loved it, so I did it again this year.
To complete the plunge, the plungers had to run out to a point in the water with a mannequin on top of an ice block with 2 firemen on each side.
So you're like just in your swimsuit or in like your clothes, whatever you're gonna go in, no coat, no nothing. You're just standing there, and then you run in. You have to run to it's like a mannequin kind of thing that's on a floaty, and there's like 2 firefighters next to it.
This year, Georgia decided to go under the water.
But I like to go under, so me and Miss Coyle went under this year, and then came out just like freezing dead. It was so cold this year.
This year, there was about 57 plungers for Westside that went into the water.
Omaha, as a polar plunge, had over 100 groups plunge this year. Westside was one of those, and we had at least 57 plungers.
After the plunge, there was a little after party at Brewski's.
And then after, there's an event at Brewski's. There's like a after party kind of thing. They have food and drinks and all kinds of stuff there.
This has been reporter Will Mahan with WTV. One of the best parts of the second semester is spring break. Westside students get a full week off of school in March. Juan, Romero, Sarraf looks at where students and teachers are headed for spring break.
In a couple of days, the Warriors will be going on spring break. Today, I will be asking them what are their plans for spring break. Who am I here with today?
Mrs. Stutz.
Mr. Bywater.
Marina Drelishars.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
What are your plans for spring break?
Right before spring break, my family and I are going to Chicago, and then during spring break, we'll be home and probably doing nothing, and I'm gonna work and watch TV with my mom.
I'm gonna work in construction for like 1 week, and then for a weekend, I'm just gonna, chill out, go out with my girl,
Get them tortas.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I plan on spending some time in Saldo.
Well, that sounds fun. I hope you enjoy it.
I will. You should join us.
This spring break, I will be hitting the tennis courts for sure.
Well, that sounds fun. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. You should come join us sometime.
That's true. I should.
Yeah.
Who am I here with today?
Reed Bieberness, Honor Wayne.
Mackenzie Winchett. Violet Collins.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
What are your plans for spring break?
I'm going to Orlando with my family.
Anything else?
State DECA.
Well, I hope you win at both of them. Good luck.
I have a volleyball tournament in Philadelphia.
Well, I hope you enjoy it and you win.
Thank you.
Chill at my house, track.
So, just not do anything much.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Just hang out with friends and play baseball.
Well, sounds fun. You guys got a game?
We will have games, yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoy it and you win.
Thank you.
Who am I here with today?
Lexi Dre. Ariana Dargy.
Kathy Knust.
Cora Stearns.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
What are your plans for spring break?
I'm going to Mexico to visit my aunt.
I feel like a lot of people are going to Mexico for spring break.
Really? That's
Yeah.
cool. I'm going to Cozumel.
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
It's going to be a trip to Myrtle Beach with my husband. So no kids, just him and I. So it'll be very, very nice. Gonna catch up on sleep.
That sounds fun. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, thank you.
You too.
Good one too.
I'm going on vacation
Where to?
to Mexico.
Sounds fun.
Yep. I'm just gonna hang out with friends probably.
Just stay home, not do much. Well, I hope you enjoy that too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who am I here with today?
Mr. Maloli.
Victor Zergling or Miles Martinez. That over there is my buddy Sven, and we both make YouTube videos.
I'm Mr. Cook.
Mr. Cook, spring break's coming up. What's your plans for that?
Coaching a lot of baseball. That's our first week of games that week.
Well, I hope you enjoy it and you bring home some gold.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, is that your plans for spring break?
Yeah.
Well, good luck. Yo. Chat, what is this, bro?
I have to take care of my kids.
I feel very bad for you. Very bad.
Thank you.
Sincere apologies.
Yep.
Who am I here with today?
Yo, my name's Sven Pecci.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior in high school.
What are your plans for spring break?
I'm gonna be chilling, playing some Jedi Survivor, trying to 100% complete it, and make some YouTube videos as well.
Well, I hope you enjoy that. Good luck. From going to Mexico or sleeping in, I hope the Warriors enjoyed their break. For WTV, this has been Juan, Romero, Sarraf, and Evan Kubler. One of the highlights of the school year is the junior-senior prom. This year's event was held at the Durham Museum. Will Mahan looks at who was crowned king and queen.
This year's prom was bigger and better than ever, which was hosted at a new spot, the Durham Museum. Yasmin Locho shares why it is in a new spot this year.
I think that it's just like more of a change of scene, but also is a lot cheaper, so it's a win.
Yasmin explains how they came up with this year's prom theme.
Me and the other officers, or the other class officers, we first chose like some themes that we thought were cool that we all liked, and then we sent out the forms, like 10 maybe ideas, so that everybody can vote and then decide and narrow it down.
The class officers are the ones that usually organize and plan out prom, but this year they founded the all-new prom committee, which will help them plan.
Had to help out with figuring out the people who would be on like prom committee, because we just started that this year. It's usually just the 4 class officers who do everything and set up. I'm usually the one who has to like stay and talk with Mosher for most stuff and organize everybody else's business.
Elena Kraken, prom queen candidate, was very happy for the opportunity to be on prom court.
They put the boys below the stage, and then the girls walked onto the stage, and we had our back to Nazar, who won King, and he was behind us, and he would place the crown on the queen's head and the sash.
There were quite a few food options available, including some from 2 Hatch students' businesses.
For the food, we have cheesecake bites, like brownies, just like a bunch of smaller things. And we ordered some things from the Hatch students. We are getting Made by Millie cookies, Tasia Sweets, and Ruby's Confectionaries.
They also created multiple fun drink options that they needed to come up with names for.
We're gonna have this ice cream float, a blue raspberry and pineapple lemonade type thing, and then another one with edible glitter, so it's like starry.
Elena explains some of the fun activities and stuff that they had there.
Prom was very fun this year. They had a drink bar, which was really cool. There was a photo booth. There was the video that spins around.
The Durham Museum offered a lot more space compared to Lawrenson Gardens.
A lot of space, which was very nice. Compared to Lawrenson Gardens last year, it felt a little bit crowded. So I really enjoyed it at the Durham, and there's a lot of cool lighting, so I think it was really fun.
This has been Will Mahan with WTV. One of Westside's best musicals was held in March. Westside's drama department performed Mamma Mia. Romero Sarraf looks at this hit on stage.
Warrior Theater's production of Mamma Mia hit the stage March 6. The cast spent a month and a half building connections and rehearsing.
I think it's important for people to come to see Mamma Mia or any show at Warrior Theater just because it creates community and bonds between everybody at Westside. It's a possibility you could get a sweet treat. We had ice cream at Mamma Mia. Who knows what we might get next year.
Okay. You have to work with the people around you to help create the scenes, and the director gives you blockings and notes, and it's really up to you to put your own style into it with the lyrics and the lines.
I decided to audition for Mamma Mia just because I enjoyed Newsies a lot because of the directors, Mr. Wooden and Mr. Stahl, and I also enjoyed the time I spent with a lot of friends and making new friends.
Theater was a very big part of my life growing up, and I started it when I was very young, so being involved in the school community and being able to do that is really fun.
To prepare, I would go over lines on my own, just rehearsing it and trying it in different ways, like a tonation or maybe adding a pause every now and then. I'd go over choreo on my own or with my partner, and that was about all I did outside. The most challenging part in preparing for Mamma Mia was probably the amount of time that it took to get ready. I'd have to go through a whole process getting my hair done, and that was a whole thing. I have to thank the cast and the crew specifically. Hannah Lycos went through a lot to get my hair the way it was and to get it to stay that way. That was probably the most difficult part.
Definitely the dancing, knowing what to do at what time, where to be, what moves I should be doing is very hard, especially with Mamma Mia because it's a very dance-heavy show.
The most fun part of the rehearsals was probably getting to know people more, just making friendships and connections that I wouldn't have if I wasn't involved.
Definitely the energy of the cast. Everybody is very positive, very fun, and it's just so much fun to be with them.
The most nervous part of this entire show was the possibility of making a mistake on stage, and I felt that the first night walking in for to introduce myself on stage, you'd feel my heart racing, and you never feel that in rehearsal, but you feel that when the lights are down and the crowd's sitting there. And I was always afraid that I'd find a way to mess up the few lines I had, and I found a way.
I was definitely nervous about being able to be on one side of the stage at one time and the other side of the stage on the other time. Just being very organized is very important, and I was kind of nervous about that.
For WTV, this has been Juan Romero Sarraf. This year's graduation ceremony was at Baxter Arena, and it had a special feature. The class of 2025 had an amazing 19 twins who graduated. Will Mahan looks at this family affair.
Yeah, I think it's really cool and kind of special.
This group of Westside graduates all share a unique trait. They're all twins. Out of 479 2025 graduates, there were 19 sets of twins. And one set of twins, Elliot and Fran Bartling, feel honored to be a part of this unique situation.
Well, we're the same age, we're in the same grade, we do all the same things the same day. So if I'm struggling with a class that we're both in, I can ask her about it. And I love that we do the same activities at the same time. We get ready for stuff together.
Jake and Josh Newmeister didn't realize that they had that many twins in their graduating class, and were surprised to learn that they actually had 19 sets.
That's a lot more than I knew. I don't know that many people.
I mean, what about it? We hardly know them, they hardly know us. We just mind our own business.
Some of these twins are going to stay close, and others will drift apart. Despite Elliot going up to Minnesota and Fran staying down in Omaha, they both want to stay close to each other, whereas the Newmeisters share a different view.
I want to be close, but realistically, I think he's going to keep running away from me.
The Bartling senior year has been a fun one.
There's a lot of ups and downs, like most people's would be, more ups. After graduation, I'm going to UNO and I'm studying special ed.
My senior year has actually been really good. I've participated in theater. I've gotten a lot of the parts that I wanted.
Senior year, definitely the best year of my life so far. I have the most freedom. It also comes with responsibility, but that's a given. I can do what I want, I can go where I want.
Each of these 19 sets of twins understand that a twin is more than just a sibling.
We have a lot of the same friends, we do a lot of the same things, so we are just really connected, not just at home, but socially and outside of the house.
This has been Will Mahan with WTV. The comeback story of the year in Westside Athletics was Peyton Meyer. The senior suffered a torn Achilles injury.
Torn Achilles injury.
The comeback story of the year in Westside Athletics was Peyton Meyer. The senior suffered a torn Achilles injury as a junior. This year she came back to lead the Warriors to the state tournament. Zach Kastrick has more.
2 great seasons at Elkhorn North, and a transfer to Westside. Everything was looking up for Peyton Meyer. That was until
transferred, and she was doing well, and all of her dreams were right there for her.
I remember just being that there goes my recruiting journey, there goes everything that I had been working toward.
My heart sank.
Midway through her first season at Westside, it was October 3rd, a day like any other. For Peyton Meyer, it was meant to just be another match. But one wrong step, and the world stopped. Dreams were derailed. Everything changed. Those are the single seconds that are forever engraved into the memory of Peyton Meyer.
I remember that very vividly. I remember just being that there goes my recruiting journey, there goes everything that I had been working toward. One of the biggest blessings, I think, is I'm just laying up at the ceiling and my dad somehow makes his way from the stands and he comes over and he just grabs my hand. He's like, "It's gonna be okay, kiddo, it's gonna be okay."
I just wanted to be there for Peyton. It was instinctive for me to go out there. I'm not a great dad by any stretch, but it was just a sense of that my kid needs me, right? And I need to be there.
During the game, right when it happened, I knew that she tore her ACL. I had done it twice myself, so I knew what the injury was.
And I was like, okay, this is gonna be really freaking hard, but we're gonna figure this out. And so I think the moments after, I knew what happened. The trainers there, they can't tell me that I tore my knee, but I knew what happened. And so that began day one of figuring out what that was gonna look like and figuring out what that was gonna look like in recruiting and just in general.
Only 1% of high school athletes make it to a Division I level. Peyton Meyer's dream of becoming D1 had just become a whole lot harder. The journey has now hit a roadblock. Recovery was right in the way.
Rehab was twice a week for an hour and a half. And it was an hour and a half just dedicated to me, and it was, you know, starting from the basics. Like, I could not lift my leg at all for like 3-4 weeks after surgery, and that's really humbling to be an athlete who literally just a couple weeks before was, you know, on the court, and now all of a sudden you can't even walk, lift your leg, move. It's humbling, but those were long days, but I got through it.
After 10 months and 19 days, Peyton Meyer was back out on the floor for the first match of her senior season, right where it all began, at Elkhorn North High School.
So I think that was a full circle moment, and God smiling down on me of, hey, you got through this, and you're going to go back to where you started, and then you're going to go win that game.
Peyton Meyer ultimately signed to Towson University to continue playing at a Division I level next year. It was everything she had been through that made this journey truly special.
That wraps up another year of WTV Newscast. We'll be back next year for more stories on Westside.
If you want to see more videos, just go to the YouTube channel and check out Warrior Television. Thanks for watching, Warriors, and we'll see you next time.